If you think about it, it makes perfect sense for some of the world's greatest innovators to team up on a hot idea that can make the world a better place. And one little-known collaboration has sizzled in history and hickory. Did you know that a man who ignited interest in early automobiles also popularized an incendiary little brick that helps fire up your grill? To find out how building cars led to a building block of the backyard barbecue, I met with Matt Anderson of the Henry Ford. The box for the grill and the bag of briquettes says Ford on it. Did Henry Ford invent the briquette?
He did not, but he did have an interesting role in the history of charcoal. Ford was building Model Ts by the hundreds of thousands every year, and he was starting to think about vertical integration, not just owning the factories that built the cars, but all of the raw materials that went into them.
Among those raw materials, wood, a staple in the early Model Ts. So Henry Ford sent someone to look for forest land to purchase in Michigan's Upper Peninsula.
Looking for forest land up there, he hired a fellow by the name of Edward Kingsford.
Now, that name I know.
It rings a bell. He was a Ford dealer, he had some experience with real estate, and not incidentally, he was married to Henry Ford's first cousin. So he goes around and finds over 300,000 acres that Henry Ford purchases, and then Ford builds a sawmill right there on the site to build the bodies and then send them down to the plant in Dearborn.
Once the sawmill was underway, a new opportunity presented itself.
Henry Ford's lumber mill was producing hundreds of thousands of board feet of lumber each day, so there was a lot of wood waste coming out of that. And Ford thought, rather than throw away all this waste, what if we could turn it into a commercial product? And that's where the charcoal briquette idea came from. It's been said that Ford had some outside help in developing the exact chemistry behind his charcoal briquettes and the makeup of the plant. In fact, it's been said that Thomas Edison assisted to some extent in that. And whether it's true or not, it is for sure that Edison came up and visited Ford's Upper Peninsula land holdings in 1923.
Made of wood chips, starch, sawdust, and a little carbon, the charcoal briquettes were sold out of the already existing infrastructure of Ford auto dealerships. I don't hear about Ford charcoal anymore.
No, and as long as Henry was alive and Ford Motor Company was producing it, it was sold under the Ford brand name, just like the cars. After Henry Ford dies in 1947, the company slowly begins to move away from this vertical integration idea. They sell off their businesses in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, including the charcoal business, which then another company buys, and they rename the product Kingsford, after the town where Ford had founded up there, which was named for Edward Kingsford.
How old are these briquettes?
These briquettes actually date to the mid-1930s.
Are these actual briquettes are from the 1930s?
These are historic briquettes.
I'm certainly not going to attempt to grill them.
No, if we lit them on fire, I would be fired.
Okay.
But I've got something else if you're interested.
Okay, yeah, let's heat them up.
Whoa! Now we know what these are for. Hand warmers.
Hey, grill season runs from January to December.
In whose world does grill season run from January to December? Grilling isn't you do in the summer, right?
It's never too cold for a little charcoal and a nice warm burger.
What would make me warm right now?
Well, apart from being inside, eating would do it. What do you think?
Hot diggity dog! It is hot.